Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Daily Crypto News. A lot of you guys said, Dusty, stop with the crazy XRP price predictions, and also, if you're gonna do giveaways, make sure we can hit the like goal. Right now, the like goal is very often at 1,000 likes, and a lot of you guys complain that that's not doable. I've heard you, I've seen all the comments, and thus, if we're gonna go for giveaways, I'll put the like goal at about 400, or maybe something along those lines, because that's something you guys can really easily hit with a little bit of effort. So let's test it out today. We're gonna be giving away 25 XRP. If this video can get 400 likes within 24 hours, yeah, all you gotta do is comment something down below, press the like button, and make sure you are subscribed. Let's check it out, guys. And then the first article of today. Don't fall for this XRP scam when claiming your Spark. I've been explaining over the last couple of days that it's going to be very beneficial for us if a lot of these exchanges don't adopt this new Spark drop. The major reason for this is that the more exchanges don't accept it or don't go along, the more Spark we're really going to get. Right now, it's a 1-to-1 ratio where it's 1 Spark for 1 XRP, but this could really go up to even 10 Spark per XRP if some of these exchanges don't come along. Now, I've actually wondered for a little second about that, and I put all the numbers in a row in my head, because listen to me right here. At this point, the distribution of Spark, again, Spark, by the way, is a token created by Flare, which is just utilizing XRP, Ethereum, and a lot of people are really excited about it. The way it is distributed right now is that there's 55 billion Spark for the team and 45 billion Spark for us, the people getting some free money. And this 45 can, again, be given to us in, I guess, a 1-to-1 ratio, or even a better ratio, like a 1-to-2, where it's like 1 XRP 2 Spark. I thought about it though, and really in the end, all we're doing is solidifying our position a little bit more against the 55 billion that the guys have of the Flare network, the team and for the ecosystem. What we didn't really think about though is that all these tokens that we are getting quote unquote extra right now, they're only relevant because the team has got so much. If the team did not come into play, it didn't really matter how much we were going to be getting because everybody gets the exact same amount and it's all free. If everybody gets 2 times as much, it doesn't really matter. All right. If everybody were to now get $2 in the world, it's theoretically speaking the same as nobody getting anything or everybody getting 1. Because if you think about it, this is, again, in kind of loose terms because we would with $2 is not really the same thing. But technically speaking, there should be just enough inflation where those $2 become the new standard. Let me give you a little bit of a broader example. If everybody in the world right now were to get exactly $1 million deposited on their bank account, do you think $1 million would be worth the same amount of money? Definitely not. Because if somebody's giving you $15 an hour right now, once you've got your million, it could be that you really would not go to work anymore, even though before you would have definitely done it, right? And things like, hey, would you be able to fix my house for $10,000? You're like, no, man, I'm gonna need at least $100,000 now. Otherwise, I'm not gonna get out of my bed. The same small amount of money is not worth the same to you anymore, and that's kind of the same thing with Spark that I'm feeling right now, where it's like it doesn't really matter how much we get. But in the end, it does matter a ton because the team has got so much. And now it's like, the only cool part is that we got a little bit of a better position. But in the end, though, I still can't support the whole movement. All right. But that's all beside the whole point. This article here was talking about not getting into a scam. Vitsevint, a Netherlands-based developer, has issued a warning today about a phishing scam that tricks XRP holders into sending their tokens to fake tool for claiming Spark. All right, so by the way, you have to claim your Spark before December 12th. Vind, who was recently appointed as a board member of the newly created XRPL Foundation. That's where that comes in. I'm wondering what Vind's salary is right now anyway. Again, I don't need to know, but I'm just wondering how that ties in. If any of you guys know, I don't need any nominal. I just want to know like how it works. Does he get paid directly from the XRP LF? Does he get paid by Ripple? Or, is it like there have been coins allotted to this, XRP that's been given to them? How does that work? Does it all come out of the escrow from Ripple that they're getting paid out of? Because somebody's got to pay him. And who decides how much that should be? What is fair for such a role? I'm also wondering about those things. I really don't know. Let's continue though. Vind, who was recently appointed as a board member, came up with a handy tool for self-custodied holders who uses Xum Wallet or the very popular cold wallet Ledger Nano. By the way, I recommend that, link in the description. You have to create an Ethereum compatible address and specify it on the message key field on the XRPL to verify account ownership. While explaining the peculiarities of the sham, Vind claims that fraudsters are already creating the copycats of this legitimate website on other domains that ask gullible users to send XRP during the process of claiming Spark. One of such bogus websites was registered through Namecheap, with users asking the providers to block the phishing scam. It is important to note that the real tool will never ask you to deposit any tokens and things like that. And the main reason we're not sharing the link and things like that today is because I don't want you guys checking it out. I don't want you guys to fall for it. If you're going to check these things out, it should be all on your own, all right? And I don't know which one is going to be the real link and which one's going to be the fake. So just make sure that if you want to go through this process, you double, triple, quadruply check it. But I can't verify it for you because I really don't have all the info, and I don't want to give you guys some facts I'm not 100% sure about. That's why I'm saying check it all out yourself and be very cautious when doing this. Then I want to quickly solidify my position on price predictions and price talk. I will almost never usher in a new price prediction out of my own, head. I will not tell you guys I think XRP is going to get here or here because of this at this or that point in the future. Unless we're talking about a single or maybe a small wave, which is, for example, talking about 35, 55 cents or something like that for XRP. Whenever I am talking on this channel about an XRP price above even $3, you can trust me, it is not my thought, it is just me portraying what somebody else has said that has gone trending, which I want to notify you guys about. All right, it's not my own prediction, it's not my own idea, so please don't hate on me in the comment section saying I'm a lunatic for thinking this is true or things like that. I'm just trying to show you guys what is out there and what people are notified about and what people are reading right now. Articles like this, though, is what I'll always keep covering because I think that's pretty fine to do. It's just a shorter term technical analysis. Things like this, I don't think do any harm. I often like to judge them and see if they are useful or not and if I would recommend them. That's what I do very often on the channel. So I'm definitely going to keep doing that. But here's a little bit of a conclusion. Looking at the 4-hour chart, we can observe a bounce for XRP after touching 22.8 cents. The 50 MA and the 100 MA are on the verge of a bearish cross, which might not happen if bulls continue with this upside action. The RSI touched overextended levels and managed to recover swiftly, which indicates bulls have a bit more strength compared to September 23rd. The most important short-term resistance was established at 23.48, followed by 24 cents, where both the 100 and 50 MA are currently located. Let's actually see XRP right now is at 24.8 almost cents, which makes this rather interesting, as this article here is talking about the most important short-term resistance. The article was posted today, yet, again, it's not really a resistance then anymore if we're so far away from it, right? We are right now at 24.8. It's because we're going up like crazy right now, 6%. Look at this candle right there, guys. Or at least you can't see the candle just yet, but trust me, it's most likely a pretty big candle that just happened somewhere earlier today. Pretty big move. And that's also the fun part about TA, right? This guy most likely put in all his effort saying, yeah, we're most likely going to be going down a little bit just right now. Here, The low at 23 cents is the most critical support. A bearish breakout below this level would most likely see us go down. It is also important to note that the current situation with Donald Trump in the US stock market will also play a crucial role. Price action. He really didn't conclude anything, but it was definitely not a bullish thing that he concluded. So, it's like you can always cover it, but you never really get a true idea of what's exactly going to happen. You just get maybe an indication of what is a higher likelihood. And that brings me to another point. I saw some guys hating on BC Backer on Twitter a little bit earlier. I just want to state to you guys as well, let these guys do their job. Let these guys do what they're doing. I firmly believe that TA does work, if you do it properly, for making money. Do I think it works, all the time? Do I think you can, really predict where the price is going to go all the time? Definitely not. But can you make money with it? Can you be right? Yes. And I'm also saying it's most likely more than 50%. Again, if you're following a strategy with TA, I think you can make money. Having said that, BC Backer and a lot of those other guys, what they do is they just analyze the charts and give you some conclusions. Now, do they make money with that? Him and most likely a couple of others, most likely quite a lot, right? Is it bad though? Well, if you start to think about it, he's just doing something that you can do too, but so are a billion other people in this world. They're doing things that you could do too if you had the knowledge for it. So I'm saying here, BC Backer is doing this analyzing so you don't have to, and it's really your own decision whether or not you follow TA and whether or not you would like to believe it. But the job he assigned himself to, he does do quite properly. And I just wanted to quickly recognize that I think his work is quite proper, and I do quite appreciate it, even though I don't watch it too often myself. Then I just read this, and I'm more and more frightened of DeFi, guys. I'm even sometimes thinking I should become more of a supporter to it, because listen up. Binance DeFi index tumbles over 50% on its first month, and there's even worse news. The DeFi composite index of Binance is down more than 50% in a little over a month, and there's worse news. Well, what I'm seeing with this right here is DeFi is now taking another break. DeFi has been falling down quite heavily, and what I'm thinking here, again, this is a composite index. It's just, I think you guys know how that works. What I'm thinking here is that there's quite a good chance of us getting another good position into DeFi in the short term here. All right, getting into a couple of DeFi and getting the gains here. We have, in the last maybe 2 weeks alone, had so ridiculously many articles about DeFi explaining how there's going to be another massive surge of them coming and massive amount of money coming, that I do think it's going to be worth the bet. And I'm not saying go for any random miscellaneous DeFi, but I'm definitely going to be exploring a couple more to see if we can get ourselves a little bit of a dip buy or maybe some crazy new project. And not go with a crazy sum of money, of course, but just with some money to play around with, to fidget around with, and then use the profit from that first trial, or if it, I guess, loses, then just quit, or maybe just have a pool at the start. I don't really know yet exactly. I'll update you guys if I do get a little bit more into DeFi, though, and just fiddle around with it for a little bit. All right, I definitely like the ICO game back in 2017. I like the high EAP, the high yield investment program game as well. It just depends on how you view these things and how you go at it. Never use more money than you're able to lose. Never go in with the expectation of getting profit out. You should always be like, this is just gambling, and I might make a quick buck, might lose it all. If you go with that mentality, you're always good. If you think you're going to win, you're almost always going to lose in the end. But it can definitely be a fun ride, and I don't even know, but maybe I'm going to show you guys on YouTube as well with what I'm doing about that. ECB to consider further digital euro study in 2021. This article is really on a completely different side of the crypto spectrum, as it more so talks about things like this right here, where it's like enterprise blockchains dominated by finance, highly centralized and slow to build. A Cambridge study on enterprise blockchains found that enterprise blockchain projects are dominated by financial services and are highly centralized. These two things come along quite well, because at this point, we're talking about a digital euro coming in next year. We're talking about CBDCs in almost any country right now, everywhere. But we're also talking about things that fundamentally matter, because, well, they're big changes for all of us. but in the end really don't matter as much. And kind of the same goes for this one right here. The reason I'm saying that is because a digital euro is kind of cool, because I mean, well, everything becomes digital, but how is it going to change your life as an individual? If you start to relate it further, in your day-to-day life, it is actually not going to be changing that much. I've had some debates about this. I am almost always victorious because, well, let's say you're just a simple working man. What is the difference going to be if there's a digital euro or a quote-unquote normal euro, or even if the system changes at all from that perspective? Well, really nothing, right? You're still going to get your money the same type of way, and well, you can kind of live your life as normal as before. It's not like things are really going to be changing. And thus, again, this is of course talking about people in Europe that utilize the euro. From that perspective, it's not like these things are so groundbreaking and crazy, and it's also not like they're the first to do it. They're just the ones to speak out the most about it. Those conferences with G20 and things like that, in G6, G30, they're always talking about these things. Don't you think other countries know about what these other entities are doing? And I'm actually not even only referring to the G conferences, but I'm talking about any economic forum or conference in that regard. They all know about other countries. Don't you think they would just, or no, do you think they would just stay behind like that? No, of course not. So there is always planning with all of this. There are multiple countries working on exactly this fact. And in the end, it's not as groundbreaking as I, kind of had in my mind. Some have talked about stable coins, others, and this mostly. For the ECB, a digital euro must be designed to avoid being used as a means for investment or even be considered a cryptocurrency or a stablecoin, but rather be used primarily as a form of payment to avoid fluctuations in price. It's not really a stablecoin. It's not really anything that's special or cool at all. It's just a digital euro. And with this one right here as well, I'm like, why are these things popular? Why are these things cool? And they're not really fundamentally what we're here for. These enterprise blockchains, they're literally what they say, enterprise blockchains. They're almost the same, in my opinion, as just normal systems that these companies use. The only cool part about it is quote unquote on the blockchain. In the end, though, since it's so centralized, since it's so used for the sake of making money or having all the control yourself anyway, there's really no difference that you're going to notice. It's just, it is on the blockchain, it is officially there, but will you notice the difference? Yeah, no, not really. So should you be excited about some new project out there, some new enterprise hopping onto the blockchain? Well, maybe, because for crypto in general, for blockchain technology is bullish. Will you get a better treatment now? Is your data safe or anything along those lines? Well, no. So from that perspective, nothing is going to change. We can debate about that one for a little second, but this is my opinion about the situation. It's all so centralized, and that's why I think the discussion about Ripple and XRP being centralized, I should just say XRP because Ripple is a company, XRP is a decentralized asset. About XRP being centralized, that discussion is so important because I think that would solidify their position as a enterprise blockchain type of centralized system. I think they could then do a little bit of good for that if they were to just get the word out that XRP officially is not a security. And then consequences for Bitcoin after CFTC's crackdown on BitMEX. BitMEX experienced a high volume of Bitcoin withdrawals after the CFTC crackdown. Experts predict bullish implications following a new strategy of the U.S. federal entities. And yeah, the same situation is going to be explained everywhere on the web right now. People have withdrawn their money massively from BitMEX as they're afraid it's going to be shut down. And I even told you guys on the channel here, it might be a very good idea to get the frick out of there, because if they're going to go to jail, there's a good chance you're never going to see your dollars back again. Have I done that though? No. Should I? Well, most likely yes. And I'm still going to recommend some people, this is not financial advice by the way, this is just, I guess to keep caution, to maybe not have your money in a place where it's so volatile or where it could be gone in the splint of an eye. Yeah, even though European customers should kind of be protected, I'm still not going to recommend people to keep their money in there. I would definitely just go with the option of keeping your money on your own in a safe manner. But don't let me be your advisor. Do whatever the frick you want to do. In the end, it's your money, your choice. And last but not least, Tron's DeFi transaction volume increased by almost 2,600% in Q3. BS. Easy said, easy done. Tron is a very interesting crypto project. I've supported them for a very long while. I think there's a lot of money to be made with Tron. But those numbers that they pull out of their asses, it's just so stupid. I can't support that. But guys, thank you all for watching this video. Hopefully you all enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you press the like button and subscribe. And yeah, I'll definitely see you guys again in another crypto video. There is 2 more coming out today, of course, depending on when you're watching this. So again, stay tuned. Keep refreshing on the channel. Some crazy crypto news has come out and I'm going to report on it. Take care, everybody.